Hey Valerie, how are you? Can you hear me? Hello, hello everyone. Hi. Surprise, surprise. It's not Dina or Danielle. It's me. It's David, aka Hella Intuitive. How is everyone doing this evening? Can you guys hear me? How is everyone doing? Good, perfect. I'm actually gonna try to do like a I'm I'm gonna try to go live on my own personal profile too, so that you guys can get two different views of what I'm gonna work with today. So, hey Dina, hi guys. So you might think I look a little different. I'm not Dina or Danielle, but I'm so excited to do an Instagram takeover for Amityville Apothecary. Today's topic is going to be energetic cleansing and by way of like spiritual bath, but there's a hack if you don't have a bathtub. So just gonna wait a few more moments for to get some people in here. I'm gonna try something. If it doesn't work, then we'll just not do it. But I want to see if I can join myself in on my profile. Just gonna put that there. Oh wait, stay there, stay there, stay there. Oh no, 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 no. We're not gonna do that. Nope. So that was a fail. So we're gonna do it this way. I figured because, geez, that's so unflattering. Can my head leave? There we go. All right. So we're gonna have to do it this way, and I'll just have to show you guys, what's below me. Basically, um, yeah, I tried. I'll basically show. So now that we have a few people here, hi again. I'm here on behalf of Amityville Apothecary. My name is David, aka Hella Intuitive. Um, I am, I guess, a resident practitioner at the apothecary. I'm known as the Candleman, and also very well versed in energetic protection and cleansing. Basically, jack of all trades, master of none, a little bit of everything. So, hey, C. Duffy, hey, Danielle. So, now that we have a few people here, we can begin talking about energetic protection and cleansing and why it's very important. Number one of my lines, other than intention trumps everything, is we are like human lint rollers. We literally pick up everything because everything is made up of energy. So we literally pick up lint, energetic lint and debris that we carry. And a lot of us don't realize that we are, have so much of this residue that it's on us, that's in our aura, that's on our aura, on our bodies. And a lot of times we get weighed down, we're cranky, we have attitudes, we're short-tempered, we're tired. Sometimes these things can manifest into physical symptoms like illnesses, stomach issues. And you don't realize that a lot of it's because you're weighed down. Like you literally are picking up debris and residue from everyone else and everything around you. So it's very important to create some sort of practice where you can cleanse yourself. And one of the ways that you can do it is by, sorry, that's my Instapot heating up water. It's one of the ways to do that is by cleansing, by way of a bath. Now, I understand that not everyone has a bathtub, but I have a solution for that. So one of the things that the apothecary is offering, that we're offering, is kind of like do-it-yourself kits where you can make your own bath. Everyone loves participating in things. I mean, we like to buy things already made, but when it comes to like self-care and like self-love and stuff like that, we kind of want to have our own like part in it. And you can always buy a ready-made kit, but it kind of makes it more beautiful when you can do it yourself, when you actually have your own hands involved in it. You're putting your own intention into it. You're creating something for you. Maybe you want to use a pinch of this, a dash of that, versus, you know, a standard recipe, what everything has in there. So we're going to go over briefly on how to create your own, hi everyone, how to create your own energetic bath, cleansing bath. And then we'll take questions and answers afterwards. So before I begin, it is available for purchase on the apothecary site. You'll be shipped, you know, herbs, oils, crystals, tea lights, and Epsom salt and pink Himalayan salt and oils to create your own kit. And I believe that is $44, but Danielle probably could tell you guys better than I could. So to begin, you want to sort of kind of create your sacred space, kind of let go of what may have transpired earlier today, maybe early in the week, and kind of just start off with a blank space. So what I like to do is I like to light a tea light candle or a white candle. So you can just have that lit, just sitting off to the side. And kind of like clear yourself by taking a couple of cleansing breaths. Shake off whatever you got going on, you know, kind of just shake it off. I'm a huge fan of selenite. So if you don't have a selenite wand, that's fine. Keep a little selenite around you to kind of help clear the area, you know, just kind of like, or you could smudge, you can sage, you can use sage, Palo Santo, which I don't know where that's at right now. So let's just pretend I'm lighting sage. So once you've cleared your space, actually I have a little Florida water, so I'm gonna spray that around. Once you've kind of cleared your space and yourself, you can now begin the creative process of creating your bath or your cleanser. So you wanna start out with either a mason jar or some type of container, whether it's a Tupperware container, something that can contain at least 16 ounces of something. So because you're going to add bath salt, you're going to add salts and oils and stuff to it. So the first thing that I do is let's just first go over what's in the kit. We have butterfly pea. Butterfly pea is this cute little flower that really the idea, the energetic property behind it is cleansing. Healing. I'm sorry, healing. Butterfly pea is known for healing. We also have rosemary, which is also a cleansing / protective herb. We have lavender, which lavender is for like calming, and lavender also has antiseptic properties. So it's like kind of like cleansing you, cleaning you. We have rose. Who doesn't love a little rose? We have hyssop. Hyssop is known as the holy herb. It's known for its very cleansing and consecrating properties. It's really, really good for that, like getting rid of stuff that's like on and around you. Bay leaf, which also has another protective and cleansing property. Also, a little witchy tidbit, you actually can write on the bay leaf what you're looking to, your intention, like cleansing, protection, or cleanse. You actually can write it on the leaf, and then you can crumble it up and put it into your jar. And the crystals we're going to be working with is black tourmaline for protection and grounding, and amethyst, which I want to say amethyst is like helps relax you, but also has like anti-negative properties, we'll call it that way. And if Dina and Daniel want to chime in about amethyst, you guys can do that, as you guys can chime in too. And the salts that we're using is Epsom salt and pink Himalayan salt. Now, Epsom salt properties itself helps relax you. It has its own cleansing properties, helps with muscle fatigue by way of helping get rid of the lactic acid that's built up in the muscle. That's what causes soreness. And salt, as we know, is very cleansing as well. Salt has can basically cleanse off anything that may be negative. That's why a lot of people like to go to the ocean to dip in the water for like cleansing. Well, you have the pink Himalayan salt as well. And then the essential oils we're going to be using, and we use our oils from a company called Florocopia. It's going to be lavender, lemon, and frankincense. So all of these items will be put, especially the herbs, will be put in little small plastic baggies. And oh, also what's important is you don't want to have a bath without having some type of moisturization. Yes, psychic protection. Thank you. Is that Olivia? Hi. So you want some type of moisturizing oil because you don't want to dry yourself out with all the salt and stuff. So I'll be using jojoba and I'll be using rosehip oil as well. So now that we have all of those ingredients all together, now we can begin the creative process of making your bath. So what I like to do is I like to start with adding my salts. So I'm going to put in about half of that. You're probably getting about 8 ounces of salt. 6 to 8 ounces. So now you added your pink salt. And the thing about it is that whatever you feel drawn to, if you want to use more Epsom salt, if you want to use more Himalayan salt, that's up to you. You can use them both. You can use none of them. I mean, you can use one or the other or both. So I'm using both, right? So then what I like to do is I actually like to add my oils to it first. So when you guys get your kits, you're going to get these little tiny vials with the essential oil added into the jojoba and the rosehip oil already done. So basically it's going to be like a pouring process. You just dump it right in. So you'll have the proper amount of lemon, frankincense, and lavender in each individual vial that you'll pour into here. But we're just going to pretend that I'm pouring the vial. So I'm going to add some jojoba oil. I'm going to add my rosehip oil. I don't know about anybody else, but I've been breaking nails like crazy. And I think all of the hand sanitizer that I'm using is making my nails brittle or drying them out. So I don't really have nails anymore right now. So I've added my rosehip oil. And then I'm going to add the different essential oils. Lemon for cleansing. When you think about, cleaning products, you know that a lot of it is either scented with lemon or like orange. Citrus oils and fruits and so forth have a very cleansing property. Also I'm adding frankincense and adding some lavender. So essentially, this is all going to be pre-mixed in the carrier oils already. So so now that you have your oils in there, you're now going to start taking your herbs and pinching whatever quantity that you want to put in there to fill up your jar. So I'm going to start with hyssop because I love hyssop, and hyssop is such a cleansing and consecrating herb. I'm going to go heavy with the hyssop. So you have the hyssop out of there. I'm going to now add some rosemary. I'm not a huge fan of rosemary, so I'm only just going to use a pinch. You guys can use all the rosemary that comes in it. It's up to you. I'm going to use some lavender because who doesn't love lavender? I'm really going to go ham on the lavender to make that bath smell really good. Go with the rose. And break up some bay leaves. So I'm about 3/4 full. You want to have enough room so that you can shake it. It's almost like one of those salads in the jar. You want to shake it. So you want to leave at least, I'd say like maybe 1/8 of a way of room so that you can shake it. So I'm going to add my amethyst crystals. The beautiful thing about this is that these are all going to go, you're not going to dump this directly into your bathtub because that will clog everything. I'm going to add the black tourmaline. Then you have all of the ingredients in your jar. So during this creative process, you know, you want to think and you want to set the intention that these are all healing and protective herbs and salts and oils that are going to help cleanse you and cleanse your aura and lift off all of that residue, energetic residue and debris. So during this whole process, you're going to be really, you know, setting the intention of this is to cleanse me, this is to heal me, or whatever intention that you're looking to set for it. But definitely make sure that you always are repeating to yourself or even out loud, because, you know, we're by ourselves usually, of what you're looking to set when it comes to making this bath. So now that I have my salt and my herbs and my oils in here, I'm just gonna add a little bit more lavender. You can either take a little stick and you can stir. That doesn't work for you, you can always close the jar or the Tupperware container and shake. So as you can see, the rosehip oil is that yellowy color oil. It's starting to mix up. And it looks like you have one of those sand jars. So of course, everything is going to settle and absorb once you start shaking it. So if you see that you have room, it smells so amazing. If you have room, you can always add more salt or more herbs. I'm going to add a little bit more pink Himalayan salt. I'm actually going to add a few butterfly peas now. I don't know why I didn't do that before. I forgot. A little bit more hyssop. I'll close it again and shake. So you should have something that looks like confetti in a jar. So you see the Epsom salt, the pink Himalayan salt, and all of the other herbs that have been added in here. Plus you could see the oil residue that's in here. And then take a whiff. I mean, it smells clean. It just smells like lemons and oranges on a beach on a nice, like, warm day with a nice breeze. And maybe funnel cake. I had a taste for funnel cake. It kind of took me to the beach, and I thought the boardwalk, and then I saw funnel cake and a hot dog. Pisces, you know, we kind of dream. So you're going to keep shaking it, shaking it, shaking, shaking it, shaking it, shaking it. So now you have a full-fledged bath. You have an option of, this will actually can do 2 baths for you. Half for one bath, half for another. And the beautiful thing about it is that this will not clog up your tub because the magical element is going to be a muslin bag or muslin bag, however you pronounce it. But it's basically like a cheesecloth bag, we'll call it that way. So you will actually pour your ingredients into this bag, close it up, and it'll be like a tea bag, a ginormous tea bag. And this is actually what will dip into the tub. And everything, all the salt, the pink Himalayan salt, the Epsom salt, will dissolve, as well as the oils, as well as the oils and all of the properties of the dry herbs. It'll steep in the bathtub like a tea bag. So you'll start to see your bath water starting to turn colors. For this one, it'll most likely turn blue because we're using butterfly pea. And butterfly pea actually is used in actually food and like teas to give it that blue color. So it does not stain you, it does not stain you, so don't worry, you're not going to come out blue. But the butterfly pea will definitely make your water turn blue, which actually is kind of cool because when you actually see something change colors, you're like, oh, that's pretty. And also, it kind of reminds me of like the ocean, like a blue ocean. It'll turn blue. I'm actually going to add a little bit more butterfly pea to my thing so it really turns blue. So that is how you have it. I will do a demonstration of putting this all in a tea bag and dipping it into some hot water. I'm actually brewing some hot water now. But in the meantime, that's how you do it. It's very simple. It doesn't really take much time. It really doesn't take much effort. It's just really a matter of your intention and putting all these ingredients in together, and the fact that you handle it in your hands, you're touching it, you're infusing your own energy into it, and you're infusing your own intention into it. And it's simple and easy. I know a lot of us don't have bathtubs, a lot of us don't have time to take baths, and that's okay. Because the beautiful thing about it is that if you don't have a bathtub or you want to, yes, you can use it in a Sangria Mama, you can use it in the shower, and I'll show you how to do that. Basically, you will take a pot of water and you will boil it until it gets hot. And you'll do the same method as you would do in the bathtub. Make your little tea bag, dunk it in the water. And then what you'll do is you'll let the water cool down, and then you can use a bottle like this. This actually is leftover cleanser that I have. So you can use a squeeze bottle like this. You can get this from the dollar store or the beauty supply store. If you don't even want to do that, you could even recycle a soda bottle or water bottle. It doesn't really matter. And you can poke a hole in the top if you want, or you can just pour it on you freely. But once you have the cool liquid, you can pour it. Once the liquid cools down, all of that energetic property of cleansing is still in that water. Now you're just going to transfer it to a bottle like this. And then when you go into the shower, you can, basically squirt yourself down with the solution that you've made from the energetic bath. I actually use this method every Saturday. It's just my own personal cleansing practice, not showering, but actually energetic cleansing, is that I do this in the shower on every Saturday. Saturday because it's ruled by the planet Saturn, and that Saturn is about the home and psychic protection and things like that. So I like to do it every Saturday. How I do it is I start from the neck all the way down to my feet. I don't do it on my crown. I never dunk my head in the water as far as with the cleansers. If I'm in a bath, I never dunk my head in the water, and I never put this on my head. And the reason why, my own reason why, is because I feel like you don't want to disconnect or sever or I guess suppress any information that's coming through the crown. So you want to make sure that your crown stays undisturbed and not using all of these energetic cleansing and protective herbs and oils, because it's almost like you don't want to mess up your downloads. I'll put it that way. So that's why we always go from the back of the neck, our shoulders, all the way down our body to our feet. Definitely pay close attention to your shoulders and your neck, because that's where we hold a lot of our debris and a lot of our tension and anxieties. I also tend to rub my hips a little bit more and my lower back because that's where I like to hold a lot of stress and so forth. That's when you're doing in the shower. And then just once you finish wiping yourself, squirting yourself down with the solution, the entire time you're going to, again, repeat your intention of cleansing, or, you can repeat a mantra, or you can sing a jingle, or you can just visualize, a white light cleansing you. It's really about how you do it. And that's the beautiful thing. There's no proper way slash improper way of creating your own method of how to cleanse yourself. Because again, it's the intention behind it. So, if you're not able to, if you are not able to stand in a shower, you can certainly sit in a chair and still do the same thing. There's so many different options that you can do. What I do is I tend to wash myself first. So after I wash myself and I wash my hair, condition my hair, when I'm done, like basically done with showering, is when I go behind all that with the cleansing process. The reason why is because I feel like if I did this first and then introduced my body wash and did my hair, I feel like I'm reintroducing back onto my body other stuff that I don't need there. So you don't want to like energetically cleanse yourself and then you're going to have condition and shampoo running all down your body. So I tend to wash and do my hair first, wash and condition my hair so I'm all rinsed and clean, like as if I'm getting ready to step out the shower. And then I take my solution and I squirt myself down, rub myself down from neck all the way down to my feet, stand there a little bit, say a little prayer, and then I rinse off and then I'm out the shower. If you're doing a bath, now the way I do my baths are I tend to take a bath like this every last Saturday of the month. I like to go into the new month kind of like on a clean slate. So my huge like ritual of like energetic baths are usually on Saturdays. Now, you can take your bath and your shower any day you please, any day you like. You can cleanse yourself whenever you want. That's up to you. Again, it's about intention. This is just how I do it. So after I usually don't make any plans to do anything after I take my bath. So after I soak in the bathtub, now after you steep your tea bag in the bathtub and the water starts to change and everything starts to feel dissolved, is when I literally get into the bathtub. Now, I'm a big guy and my bathtub is like this mason jar. So I kind of spin around like a rotisserie chicken when it's baking. So it's like, just imagine me on this spinning. So I'll lay like on my back for like 5 minutes. I turn on my side for 5 minutes. I lay on my stomach for 5 minutes. I lay on my other side for 5 minutes. And I try to, get my whole body. Some people can be totally submerged in the tub. That's great. I don't have that kind of tub. So I have to spin around like a rotisserie chicken to like get all the sides like baked. So, and I usually spend about 20 minutes in the bath. That's really all you kind of need, 20 minutes. What I do is I'll light, so you're going to get 2 tea light candles. So the other tea light candle you can do, because again, you can always prepare your bath ahead of time. You don't have to use it now. I mean, this will stay, especially since it has lemon in it, which is like a natural like preservative. This will stay for a while, plus all the salts and stuff. So if you make this today and you don't take your bath for 2 weeks, that's fine. So the other tea light candle you have is you'll take that into the bathroom with you and light it when you're taking your bath. Again, just like showering, you will set the intention of cleansing. I like to play, when I do the bath, like nice soothing music, like meditation music, or like singing bowls, or something that's very like ethereal sounding. I usually don't have the lights on. I usually have it candle lit, but if you want to keep the lights on, that's fine. But I definitely always light a white candle. And I literally lay there and I meditate for the entire time that I'm laying there. I'm really envisioning myself literally like going through an energetic car wash, being power washed, being steam cleaned, everything. And I lay there, and sometimes, I will have a release. I'll be honest with you. Sometimes I just cry. And it's not that I'm upset about anything. It's just how my body, how my spirit, how my soul, how my spirit just releases this water. Sometimes just start coming down my eyes. I'm just like, wow. Sometimes I actually sing. I will sing in the bathtub, or I'll hum, or I'll, you know, just speak words. And sometimes I will speak directly to spirit, to source, and I will just have a full-fledged conversation, about what I'm looking to bring in or bring out of my life, and also petition to be cleansed. Especially during times like these, it's no it's the big pink elephant in the room no longer cannot be ignored. The state of the world is in a pandemic, and a lot of us are experiencing a lot of anxieties and fears, and it's a scary time. Another thing too is that a lot of us now are forced to be home, and oftentimes we're not all home at the same time, and that's why we're able to get along so well with our families and so forth, or our spouses, with our partners or whatever. And the fact that we're all now cooped up into one space. I miss you too, Michelle. Cooped up in one space, the energies get crossed, and you're picking up more now, what the other person is feeling, and you're finding yourself snapping at each other, and you're not getting along, or God, get out of the room, I can't stand you, because we're home and we're not getting that escape of going outside and going to work or going to school and all these things. So the energies are heightened now. And as humans, as being energetic sponges, we absorb everything like a sponge or like a lint roller. So if you have your children, no matter what age they are, they're cooped up in a house. They may be okay with video games and stuff, but at the end of the day, they want to be out. They want out. And that energy is now rubbing off on you as a parent, and your patience is getting a little bit thin because they're running around. They can't help it, but it's all about how to keep yourself balanced and clean so that those types of things don't make you snap, don't make you upset, or you get depressed, all these things. So it's very good to practice good energetic hygiene. Even without this pandemic going on, it's still very important to practice energetic hygiene. And honestly, even if you don't do a spiritual bath or a special shower, you can always just use visualization or meditation, go in a shower and pretend that the water is, white light cleansing you. It only takes a few moments. It only takes, a few seconds to just kind of stop, breathe, and release. And again, it's about the intention behind it. Thankfully, we do have, the earth to help us with that process, such as with the herbs and the oils and the salts and the crystals to help enhance, or give, I like to say, an oxy clean boost to cleansing. So I encourage everyone that watches this live, that'll watch this live, even speak it to your friends, to your family. Practice, 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 practice cleansing yourself. Even if you don't subscribe to the whole aura thing and so forth, that's fine. Think about it in a scientific factor, as well as getting rid of negative ions that are on you. Think about cleansing your body. The Epsom salt is, helping reduce the lactic acid in the muscles. You're releasing the very, detoxifying elements to salt. Think about it in the science way about how it also physically also helps cleanse the body as well. So whatever faith and whatever walk of life you do, as far as, your religion or whatever it is, it doesn't matter. It's really about just slowing down and just understanding that a lot of stuff that we carry doesn't really belong to us. It's someone else's. And when you're able to discern what's yours and what's not yours, you do feel a whole hell of a lighter. And it's almost like a reboot. Control, Alt, Delete, reboot. And you can do this as often as you'd like. Again, I do it once a week with the showers, with the cleansing in the shower, and I do it once a month on Saturdays, in a bath format. But there are times where things get heavy. I will take a bath in the middle of the week. I will take a bath on a Sunday. It really depends on what's pulling and what's calling you. but it's very important. I will tell you that a quick little story before I do my little demonstration. I used to walk around with a huge, ginormous, not only a chip, I had bags of chips on my shoulders, just bags of chips. I was always quick-tempered, had no patience, and just angry. And it wasn't until I had met a Reiki practitioner who had talked to me about, Reiki, and at the time I wasn't really into any of that. I didn't really know much about that, and they were telling me that I was carrying a lot of energetic residue, just a lot of stuff, like just gunk and garbage, and they had offered to do a little bit of Reiki. I was like, all right, well, we'll test it out. And then after the Reiki session, which I have to say, it wasn't like a, oh my God, experience, because I don't think my mind was open to it as much. But what they did give me was, they gave me pink Himalayan salt and some essential oils, just no herbs, and basically said, I mixed something up for you. I want you to go sit in a bath. I love bath time. It's just, it's like my own date night. It's like I take a bath and I light candles, and it's like my own little romantic session with myself. Because who doesn't love self-love? So I had this jar of salt and these herbs, and it smelled minty, pepperminty, and sagey. It smelled okay. It just wasn't like, I was like, okay, whatever, I'll try it. So it wasn't even Saturday. It was one day during the week. I was like, I got time. I think it was a snow day, actually. We had a snow day from work. So I was like, I have time. And I dumped this into the bathtub, drew myself a bath, and I laid there in the water, and I had like my first major emotional release. I'm talking boohoo crying, coughing, wheezing, boogers in the nose, everything. And I didn't know what was going on. I was like, what is this? What is going on? Why is this happening? But it felt so good to let that all go. And ever since then, I was hooked on taking baths, cleansing baths. And I went back to see that Reiki practitioner the following week. And she said to me, she goes, oh, I can see that you're about 50 pounds lighter. And I was like, oh, I was dieting. She's like, no, energetically, I can tell that there's a big, huge weight lifted off your shoulders. And that's when I started really paying close attention to cleansing. Oftentimes we have busy schedules. We work, we have kids, we have spouses, we have partners, we have family that we have to help take care of, and all these things. But honestly, there is always time to just stop and allow yourself to just be cleansed. Even if you have to take your selenite wand and go over, even if you have to take your Florida water and spray yourself, even if you just have to light a white candle and sit here and pray and say, cleanse me, cleanse me, cleanse me, amen. Whatever it is, you have the ability to stop, slow down, and do this for yourself. But the beautiful process of actually creating your own bath and laying in a bath, or actually physically putting something on your body. We like to see things, we like to feel things, and we like to smell things. So this, I feel like, just adds that more strength to the intention. So I've ranted enough about that. I'm going to do the demonstration of the tea bag, the big ginormous tea bag, and then I'll take some questions and so forth. So the first thing we're going to do, hey Johnny, hey Ashley. So you're going to I'm going to do half the contents of my jar. Yeah, about half. I'm going to close it up. Then what I like to do is I like to do like a little loop knot, just so that it doesn't open at the top. And now you have a bag with your solution in it, your bath. So bear with me one moment. Hopefully I don't burn myself. I'm going to use this bowl. One moment, please. This, you can see the steam, so I'm going to pour some hot water in this bowl. We're going to pretend that this is your bath. And also we're going to say that this is your pot of boiling water. So as you can see, the steam is steaming. It's hot water. I'm gonna take you guys off. Actually, I could do it this way. I bought a stand and I'm so excited because it has the ring light on it. Okay, so we have, why did I do this in the beginning? So you have your hot water and you're literally just going to dunk it into thing. And literally you could do like a tea bag. Just start dunking and dunking and dunking. And if you notice, the color of the water is starting to change. It's starting to take on a slight bluish hue. And I didn't use a lot of butterfly pea, but dunk this, you're just gonna let that steep. And while that is steeping into the water, we can take some questions. Oh, Lord. Come on. All right. Now we can take some questions. So did anyone have any questions or observations or thoughts or anything about how to cleanse? Don't be shy. And I don't think you guys can see it, but you can see the oil on the top of the surface of the water. So this oil is actually going to be very beneficial to your skin as well. So you're going to come out hydrated. For Olivia, my skin is not really, not really keen to the barrage, but I've heard it has like very like cleansing, like deep level cleansing properties. Almost like, imagine like giving yourself like a steam clean. You know, you could use that. I personally don't like to use it, but you're more than welcome to try to use it. I wouldn't use it in great amounts either because it kind of irritates my skin. This is a shame. You know, you're blind. Okay, for sensitive skin, I then recommend that you might not want to go heavy on the frankincense part of the oil and also the lavender part of the oil. These are not directly like, I don't want to say there are pure essential oils, but they're actually being diluted in a carrier oil. So you're not getting the full-fledged like topical application of the oil on your skin. And you also have to understand that you have gallons and gallons and gallons in a bathtub, you know, so it's kind of like a drop in a bucket in a sense. So I would always say before you do anything that involves the skin and herbs and fragrances, make sure that you're not allergic to anything that's listed in the herbs. And also you have the option of trying to do a test patch area on your skin, because this will come in a kit and you can just dab each oil on your skin and see how you react to it. That would be my advice. Next question is, oh yes. So there's so many other herbs that you can use, you know, in a bath, and other types of oils as well. You know, if you don't have salt, you can always use apple cider vinegar. You can use baking soda. They all have energetic cleansing properties. Peppermint. There is, you can use patchouli for a little bit of grounding. There is, geez, what else did I have in here? Hops, which is like literally like hops is another cleansing property. Nettle is another cleansing, another herb that's cleansing and protective. And you can add other stuff to your bath if you'd like. This just comes as already as a pre-made kit, but you have so many different options of herbs that you can add, and crystals as well. If you're looking for a little bit of healing, you can add some angelica to it. If you're looking into, you know, add a little bit more like a drawing property of drawing in love or drawing in money, you can add cinnamon, ginger, orange. I mean, there's so many, so many different things you can do. And you guys can always feel free to, DM us on at an apothecary, or you can DM me, and I'd be glad to, assist you with additional herbs or either ideas that you may have as far as a cleansing is concerned. Um, for children, not necessarily small, young children. They are very sensitive to oils and such. So I think for a child, I think the parent, the intention that the parent sets during the bath time or during their shower is far greater and more powerful than anything, because obviously, parents are very protective over their children. I probably wouldn't even, if your child is tolerable to the ocean water, then you can probably use just simply pink Himalayan salt and maybe some sea salt, and maybe a little bit of lavender for relaxing, or like chamomile. But I would definitely try not to use all of the herbs for a child, only just for their safety, especially since children are still, it takes a while to figure out what children's allergies actually are. So I would definitely keep it simple and basic, and also use your own intention and your own intention and energy to help facilitate a cleansing process for them. Um, um, Johnny, I think you joined us a little bit later. I personally do a shower cleanse every Saturday. Only because, like I said, the planet Saturn rules Saturday. It rules the day. And Saturn is about the home protection and like psychic defense. So I like to do the showers on Saturdays. Now, at any time during the week, anytime you feel extra heavy or quote unquote dirty, you can take a shower or bath at any time you wish, anytime you please. I also take my baths on Saturdays, the last Saturday of the month, because I like to go into the new month like a clean slate. But again, at any time you feel heavy and whatever, you can always do either one and cleanse yourself. There's no way to over cleanse yourself. I'll put it that way. Well, I heard you said you shouldn't cleanse your. Um, no, I don't, Valerie. Not necessarily. I don't really like. I don't consider Florida water like one of those things that's like gonna like give you like an action packed punch per se. I actually would avoid the Florida water in general, because Florida water is mostly comprised of alcohol, and that's drying for your scalp and not good for your hair. So now, obviously, when you're doing like an aura spray and so forth, obviously it's all like falling on you, because I don't really, but I would never take the solution and dump it over my head. And I never in a bath would never dunk my head like in a bath. Because again, it's just my own personal thing. I just feel like that can interfere with the downloads from the crown and so forth. So just for like purposes of not drying your scalp and hair out, I would not put Florida water in your conditioner. But I understand why you would do it, but definitely just work from the back of the neck down to the feet. Keep the crown cleansed. And if you feel like, you need to do that, then you can just take a piece of selenite and just go for it. So with the yes, so Johnny, for I guess because you joined the party a little bit late. So this is still soaking. So as you can see, the water now has definitely turned a little bit more blue. I don't know if it might not look blue over there, but it looks blue over here. So once this cools down, you actually can pour this into a bottle. And then you can use this in the shower to cleanse yourself, for those that don't have a tub. We have the kit available that everything is going to come into little packets of all the dried herbs. and also the crystals and the Epsom salt and the pink Himalayan salt, so that you and the oil, so that you can assemble your own kit at home. Um, you can feel free to add anything else you may want to add to that if you have other available herbs at home or any other oils you might want to add to it. But you can do that as well, and that's for Steph. Oh, okay, just a splash. Yeah, I don't know where I heard that from somewhere, and it kind of makes sense because you don't really want to disturb the downloads that you're getting. And honestly, I think you should leave the crown to like crystals and like Reiki. I really don't think you should dump like a bunch of cleansing solution on your head. And not, I also my hair. I don't want my hair messed up, like dry my hair out. So, do you guys have any other questions? So basically right now, this smells like, it has a very lemony lavender, like citrusy, like frankincense kind of scent, but it's not overpowering. It's just it's very nice and subtle. And the water is turned blue, and the beautiful thing about it is that when you're done, you literally can just discard this. You don't have to worry about, a mess and clogging your tub. Most dried herbs, sometimes it can happen. Believe it or not, when the herbs are sifted and harvested, sometimes little creatures, I don't want to say creatures, critters, sometimes by opening and closing it, say for instance, if a little gnat or something gets inside of it, sometimes you may have an issue with that. Sometimes I've seen chamomile go moldy. I've had lavender for a long time, no issues. Rosemary, no issues. Hyssop, no issues. And so forth. But I would definitely make sure that everything is kept in airtight containers or bags and in a dark, cool place. The barrage from 2003, I don't know, I'm a little leery of that. You might want to dump that, But typically herbs can last for a very, very long time. I would always say just inspect it and make sure that, that it doesn't have anything growing in it and so forth. You can. So if you want to open up the pouch and sift out the tiny crystals, you can. You're more than welcome to do that. You'll have about maybe a tablespoon or 2 tablespoons, about a tablespoon each of the crystals. They're tiny, so you're more than welcome to pick them out of that bag if you'd like. Another thing that I like to do is I like to actually drop a clear quartz crystal into the tub as well. In addition to that. As far as the contents in the bag, you literally can throw it away. Just that simple. The whole bag and everything, because we're going to give you 2 bags to do 2 baths. So you literally can just throw the contents away. It served its purpose. Literally just chuck it in the garbage. I would not leave it laying around because when it does start to dry, it can grow mold on it. So I definitely would not try to dry it out and reuse it per se. So I would definitely just chuck them in the garbage and you're done. And then the next time you're ready for your next bath, you have a half a container left and you'll have another bag. Just dump it in and go. And see if I can. So this is what it looks like. And it smells amazing. And you can see the oil in it, so you know that your skin is not going to dry out. And basically the only thing that's left in this bag now is the herbs and the crystals. All the salt dissolved and all of the oil is all in the water as well. And that's how you make an energetic bath. Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for joining and thanks for spending a little bit of time with me. I'm actually very passionate about cleansing. I don't want to be walking around angry all the time. So, and also, I, because of the work that I do, not my corporate job, but like the work that I do as far as like the candles and all the stuff, you just want to make sure that you are as, I guess, clean as possible when you're working with when you work with clients or customers or even other people. I just want to make sure that I'm not rubbing anything off on them and that I'm not retaining anything that they're giving to me. So this is my way of how I protect myself and how I keep myself cleansed. And honestly, I just have a deeper sense of calm and peace because I know that all I have to do is just run to the shower or run to the tub and everything will be okay, if that makes any sense. So definitely during this time of what's going on in the world, it's very important that we stay as clean as we can energetically as possible and to help us cope and deal with the change that the world is undergoing. And again, if you guys have any questions, any comments, you guys can always feel free to DM the Apothecary. They'll get the message to me, or you can DM me directly, Hello Intuitive. You're more than welcome to do that. I will love to, oh, thank you. I love to, chat about different concoctions and herbs and stuff. I mean, again, we have the kit available that can be purchased. And, even if you make your own, we all have herbs and spices in our kitchen somewhere, somehow, some way. We can, always come up with something. And there's different modifications to, a cleansing bath. If you want to, add a little prosperity or whatever, we can add, a green aventurine or a citrine or so forth. There's so many different things that you can do to add, build upon what you have already. It has been truly an honor and privilege to go over something that's very dear to my heart and something that will help kind of help you guys and help you guys just in general. And again, you have the option of the actual bath and you have the option of doing this in the shower. So there's really no excuse why you can't, do this. Even if you don't have a shower and a bathtub and you have a bathroom sink, you can take your washcloth and wipe yourself down. There's no excuses. So practice good, energetic hygiene, stay hydrated, and stay protected. And that's all I have. So I will see you guys all. It looks like my time is running short soon. Prayerfully, we're able to upload this to our YouTube. So you'll be able to watch this over again. And also the live will be up for 24 hours as well. I'm going to pop on live on my own personal channel, Instagram page, just to kind of answer any other lingering questions you may have. But definitely check out the Apothecary's website. They're shipping faster than Amazon, so everything that you may need, we can get out to you pretty quick. Crystals, card decks, bath kits, oils, you name it. Love and light to you all. Stay healthy, stay protected, stay hydrated, and moisturized. And I will see you guys again. Good night.